Building tomorrows from yesterday's. Lessons in quilting. Guide me, O thou great Jehovah, pilgrim through this barren land. I am weak, but thou art mighty. Hold me with thy powerful hand. There have been angels, generations etched in divinity, inspired skinny legs and faithless heart. Just cry when you need to, but find the strength God gave you and don't ever let go. Don't ever let go. They believed in me, rubbed shoulders with the wind, reminded the heavens to be patient with me. I've been stubborn at best, but I'm on my way. To us eagles, nests are only home until we learn how to fly. I was not built for standing still, for mediocrity, for average, come from a long lineage of supernatural, extraordinary, unforgettable matriarchs. Walked wilderness with feet of steel, heart of lion, and unwavering focus. Each time my soul has kept company with amnesia, my circumstances have forced a remembrance in my spirit, for we are rivers that have never been convinced to believe with a puddle's capacity. Women made with shoulders this strong only know how to balance the weight of the world, grasping tomorrow with pit bull tenacity, capturing conflict between palms, caressing rough edges until callus worn into something smooth. I stand in position to take up the torch, to shrug off those moments that would attempt to make mockery of the more that I have become. I was born into this greatness, born into this beauty, forever relevant. I proudly add my branch to this tree, a mere patch in a quilt long predating me. The bend of my spine knows no weakness. Tread of foot unfamiliar with timidity, imperfect in our perfection, we hold counsel with all. Answer to few. Stitch families whole from broken pieces, quilted legacies of grace, voices thunderous as applause, yet soft as feathery kisses. We've always been the reflection of an inexplicable amazing. I've raised my children to know the strength of their elders, to see their sturdiness, to feel ancestral presence engraved in the configuration of my will, have reminded them that mountains are simply hills, that no closeness with God is most to be desired. When life's difficulties remind me of my humanity, I'll thread a new needle, add a patch to this quilt, call it a miracle, a grandmother, a great aunt, a legacy of fiery eyes, feisty tongues, unshakable spirits, all answers to prayers, the likes of which my tongue never knew the words to utter. Ashe. Good evening, and thank you
Ashe,
for joining us.
Ashe. Yes. That
Felt like,
that
hmm
piece is amazing. Sorry. I know good evening everyone. Just wanted to say quickly that the quilting, I know the quilting was very important in passing messages. And so can
yes,
you tell us a little bit after we do our introduction, can you tell us a little bit about the quilting and what it meant for us as a people?
absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely. So we're going to do our introductions now.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So thank you for joining us. This is Poets After the Storm, and I am Kim. My the name I perform under is Redefining Freedom, and this is my beautiful co-host.
Yes.
Introduce yourself, beautiful co-host.
I am Jamaica Green, aka Carol, to my friends and family. Um, and we are here as a monthly endeavor to be of assistance to anyone that we have, we can reach out to, but anyone who has been affected by the Hurricane Melissa in Jamaica last
Hmm.
October. People are still climbing out of the rubble. People are still homeless, and it's back to school time right now. And of
Yep.
course, it's very expensive for a mother of two, three to send the children back to school. So we're just doing what we can to be of assistance.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
and we are here every month. Um, the date changes, so I won't say like third Tuesday or anything, but it's always on a Friday. But we are here every month just so that we can do our part to be able to, first of all, make sure that this doesn't get forgotten, because so often when something happens, and we've been having a lot of natural disasters
Really.
lately. Venezuela had two earthquakes back to back last month, and now this month it was Japan had an earthquake, and who else?
Colombia.
There were two. Colombia just had an earthquake, and there was
Yeah.
an earthquake out on the west coast a couple
Right.
of days ago.
Right.
So there are a lot of people all over the world that are struggling, and I would hope that there are people who are connected to those people and places who are doing things to assist. And this is Jamaica, and I. This is our way of doing what we can with what we have to assist. This is our way of creating a quilt in our
Yes.
own time and in
Yes.
our own timeline of
Yes.
assistance and love and care and compassion and empathy, so that we can stand and be there for people who are still struggling to pull their lives together after having experienced a hurricane.
Yeah.
So, Jamaica asked me to talk about quilting.
Yes.
And I I know it's special to me because my great aunt used to quilt, and I believe my grandmother did too. It was either my grandmother, might have been my great grandmother on my mother's side, but my great aunt on my father's side used to quilt. And when my youngest daughter was born, I was one, and I don't know how many family members know this. So if they see this video, y'all don't be texting me and caught that she made me a quilt for my baby when my youngest daughter was born. And I still have it. My youngest daughter is now 27. I still have that quilt. And while it needs some repairs, it's still functional. So, one of the significant things about quilting was it was a way to capture history. And I, the way I think about it is it's not just capturing dates and historical moments. It's capturing a bit of texture as well. So the different pieces of the quilt come from they could come from old shirts or come from a jacket, come from pants, whatever a person decides they want to use, and they then use that fabric and they stitch it together and they quilt it together so that it can make a covering, a blanket, or whatever it is that they desire. And it's a way of capturing a multi textured piece of history. And a lot of times it'll hold in its memory specific moments, because you might choose a shirt that was special because it was your husband's or it was your son's, or a piece of somebody's military uniform, or a piece of a dress that belonged to your mother or grandmother. And all of these different pieces of fabric come together in this one thing. And it's always been a part of our storytelling past. And when I say our, I'm talking about Black people in the diaspora. It's a part of our storytelling past and our storytelling history. You are muted, sis.
Yes, yes. I
Okay, there you
definitely
are.
was going to mention that what you said, a part of the storytelling, when the enslaved, you know, wanted to send a message, or, the
Hmm.
messages, just like the braids that they would hide seeds and rice grains or whatever it is
Right.
to take to the next, or, they would put the pattern of a map, through the
Hmm.
cornrows. I think something like that was very important. Again, to send messages to say, hey, Billy, meet me down by the river,
Yeah.
at such a time, at sunrise or sundown, So,
Yeah.
our people were just so ingenious,
Mhm.
to be able to overcome and send messages and still, revolt,
Mhm.
even though sometimes it was a little bit quieter, you know. Our people, whether here on mainland USA or all over the diaspora,
Yeah.
we made it, so we survived, and the next generation
Mhm.
survived, through the
Mhm.
messages and through the arts. So this is just a beautiful story, poem.
Yeah. And we didn't just survive as physical human beings. We survived, our stories survived, our
Right.
history survived. And just remembering in slavery, we weren't permitted to read and write. So the passing down of stories through word, through spoken word, the passing down of stories through quilting, the passing down of stories through the cornrows and the different forms of storytelling and history and capturing our history that we created so that our stories would not get forgotten or get lost.
Whew. I
Yeah.
tell you, I'm
Yeah.
so glad to be born so melanated. I'm
In
telling
every lifetime. In every
every
lifetime.
life.
Okay?
I would not want to be born with any less melanin than I have now. You
That's
know,
it. That's
yeah,
it.
just being grateful. So, many years ago, Karen, which is Pajama Mama at the time,
Mhm.
and Mercedes, she was like this exceptionally brilliant saxophonist, young lady. We went into my brother's school, for
Mhm.
I think it was for Black History or something. And we went in and we did some poetry. And I wanted to do something that was meaningful. So I kind of scripted a piece, kind of loosely, it's not just mine, called Journey Through Time. And I'd like to share just a little piece of it here in the beginning.
Absolutely. Let
Usually
me
I do it
step
with a drum, but
down. Yes.
I'm gonna try to remember because it's been so long ago. But we were passing by the school, Fox Middle School. It was back then, and I was just like, wow, the poem just came back to me. So it's called Journey Through Time. The creation, the creation happened in the motherland, and our people were free. Our people were free, chanting chants like umbele, 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 umbele. And then the slave ships came. And they took mothers and fathers, sisters and brothers. They took aunties and uncles. They took whole families and separated them and called them by new names. Mfufu became John, a Tutu became Helen, and a Zulu warrior became Hey Boy, Hey Gal. But it was a journey through time, a journey through time, a journey through time. And God stepped out on space and he looked around and said, I'm lonely. I'll make me a world. And as far as the eyes of God could see, darkness covered everything. It was blacker than 100 midnights and down in the cypress swamp. And God smiled and the light broke and the darkness rolled upon one side and the light stood shining on the other. And God said, that's good. Give us free. Give us free. And we were shipped to different parts of the West. We were brought to Jamaica, to Cuba, and all the other islands that are now called the diaspora. And we were whipped and chained. But they couldn't kill our resistance, and we resisted like the Maroons. None of the Maroons. I did born in Africa, but I was brought to Jamaica to give the people freedom. Me no sign no white man treaty. Sound the bang. It was a buffalo soldier, a dreadlock rasta. It was a buffalo soldier in the war for America. He was stolen from Africa and brought to America, given new names, given new religions. And here we sit, and the story goes on and on and on and on. Give us free. Journey through time. So again,
That
that was a
is
little piece because
so
what I did was,
yeah.
again, This was not my original. There were pieces from The Creation, a poem called The Creation that every child in Jamaica learned as a child. You know, we
You
had to recite.
did?
Oh
Really?
yeah, oh yeah, oh
Oh,
yeah.
well, I love that, and so it's from God's Trombones. That's
Ah,
the
see?
big piece that it comes from. Yes. Oh,
Yes.
wow.
So, I just kind of strung it together, and we had the drums and the saxophone, and we
Mm,
told the story. And I tell you, that was the beginning of, you know, Grow Youth Universal, which was at the time Jawok's Kids International, because then I saw
mm,
how our words and our poetry and the drums could and did affect the children.
mm.
So again, we just have to do what we can with what we have to remember our ancestry, to remember our people, and to lay a foundation for our children that they can be proud of.
Beautiful. And I just want to say too that that piece, the creation, one, I did not know that children in Jamaica
Oh
learned
yeah.
that in
Oh yeah.
primary school,
Oh
but
yeah.
it is from God's Trombones by James Weldon Johnson, who
That's
is the
right.
same one that wrote the Negro National Anthem, Lift
That's
Every Voice and
right.
Sing. So
Yes.
yes, yes.
Can you give
And
us a piece
that,
of that?
so
Lift every voice
a
and
piece
sing
of
since we're
Lift Every
on.
Voice.
Lift every voice and sing.
Sure, sure. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. That's the most famous verse of it. The
Yes.
other verses, girl, some of them, but child, God of our weary years, God of
Mhm.
our silence. I'm that man when
Yeah.
he sat and wrote that.
He wrote.
That
He wrote.
yes, yes,
Yes.
he felt
Yes.
that. I
Yeah.
believe that.
Yeah.
And I think it's so important that we've started out just kind of adding a little bit of history and a little bit of teaching and a little bit of knowledge this month because
Yeah.
like we said earlier, this is back to school season. And one of the things that we endeavor to do right now, we did the same thing in July and again this month in August. We're looking to raise funds. And if you look at the bottom of the screen, you'll see the information scrolling for how you can donate. There's our Cash App information and our PayPal information. And we're looking to raise funds to be able to assist a family to send children to school.
Mm.
Jamaica. So I have been resident in Jamaica
Yeah.
for 11 years now, 10 years. And but Jamaica is born she was born in Jamaica. She now lives in the United States and Jamaica and I do the same, but she was born in Jamaica. So if you don't mind, share a little bit about how schools work in Jamaica because I the United States takes a lot of things for granted.
Yeah.
Um, we take education for granted. And I believe that's one of the reasons why our educational system is not up to par where it should be and why so many states fall so far beneath the standard in education because we take stuff for granted. We take being a poet for granted. Everybody calls himself a poet, but in some places, they know when war breaks out or when there's unrest, the first people that are jailed are the artists because there is an understanding that there's a wisdom and a knowledge and a seeing and a
Mm,
command of language that actually makes an impact when a person is what we call a poet. So
right.
I'm going to let you talk a little bit about the way that school is set up in Jamaica. So those of us that are privileged to not have those kinds of struggles and obligations for school, so we can understand a little bit better just what we have, and maybe we'll appreciate it just a little bit more.
Yes. Well, I mean, growing up in Jamaica to me was the best ever. I didn't want to leave Jamaica to come to the States, even though it was good and bad. We went through some stuff, but we had friends and we played and we played dandy shandy or ramp and stocky and you know um it was good. We had a family. It was a school family. You might have one or
Mm,
two friends, but when it came down to it, and we were representing our school, we were representing family. We all wore school uniform. We had kindergarten, our basic school, we call it in Jamaica, where children even start as early as 2 years old. So as soon as they're potty trained, a lot of parents, push them out to go to school. Which, for me, I think that those are the formative years, and I think that there should be more time at home to learn. But again,
mm,
you have some parents that have to go to work, and what do? Send them to school so they can learn. And I know the basic schools you have to pay. Like all the schools in Jamaica, whether it's high school, basic school, college, whatever, you have to pay some school
mhm,
fee. I don't know how much it is now, but I know that I have a couple of people who are going through sending their children. Matter of fact, one person in particular that I spoke with yesterday, she has
mhm.
three children who are going to be going to high school or are in high
Ooh.
school, meaning that they have to have at least two or three uh, sets of uniforms. So the boys
Yeah.
have to wear khaki, and if they are a certain grade, they'll wear a tie or epaulets. So all of these things have to be made. Most of the,
Mhm,
so we take it to the seamstress or to the tailor, and they make the uniforms. And
mhm,
so again, every child has to have uniform. So, you know, for the high school, like the school that I went to Immaculate High once I graduated from Greenwich Primary, which was the best, the best schools. We were churning out, some really brilliant children in that time. And we had to pass common entrance. It was like a high school equivalency, where
mhm,
we had to take a test to see where you fall. And, you had to choose maybe two or three schools. And, depending on your grade points or the grades that you got, would be the school if they had openings. So give thanks. I didn't know I was so smart. Like I did not know. I was a little ghetto girl, but I used to love to read. My sister,
mm,
my brother, they were avid readers. My mom too, my father too. Like my family were readers, so I got on the reading bug very very early. So I didn't know I was so bright. And honestly, when I chose Immaculate, I graduated the first time. I think it was in the fifth grade, if I remember correctly. And Immaculate was something totally different because at that time in the early 80s or in the yeah I went 1980. So in the early 80s you had to be very very brilliant or very wealthy to go to
mm,
some of these schools. So I did not know that I was poor until I got to Greenwich and I saw all these, half white children or even white children that came and were boarding and all that stuff, and one
mm,
girl invited us over to a party one day. And when I went and I saw what the house looked like, I was like, wow, we were sleeping in two rooms. So
mhm,
anyways, things have changed, but still have to pay school fee. School fees are very expensive. And then a mother has to find lunch money. She
Mm.
has to find transportation. So
Mhm.
a child that lives, maybe, I live in Portland now. So a child that lives in Kensington, where I live, going to a school in Port Antonio, they have to take the bus down. And right now, I think the fare is probably like 150, $200, right? So they have to do it twice. So that's $400
Mhm.
a day. If a child is going to school 5 days a week, that's $2,000 just
Mhm.
for bus fare alone. Not to mention their lunch money, um, not to mention whatever school supplies, and that's when it gets expensive because every year you have to buy the books. I think when you
Mhm.
get to high school, there is something where you can rent depending on the school, but you still have to put
Mhm.
out money. So, from kindergarten all the way up to sixth grade, each year there is a book list and the parents have to buy. And I tell you, book lists can run up to
Yeah.
even up to $30,000. That doesn't
Yeah.
sound, I mean,
Yeah.
like much when we do the equivalency, but when you
Yeah.
do that for two children, maybe three children, and then you have to figure out their the school fees, the uniforms, and again, at least two uniforms to start to
Mhm.
start.
Mhm.
But ideally, you want a child to have at least 3 to 4 pairs of uniforms so that if one day they go and it's dirty, they can switch, they can change, and then wash during the week. You know,
Mhm.
school shoes, the socks, everything is really costly in Jamaica. And honestly, I tell you, a lot of the people that I have spoken to are in a dire need for
Mhm.
help.
Yep.
So, like I said, 20,000, 30,000 for like the extensive book list, which would include school supplies, the notebooks, pencils,
Mhm.
pens, erasers, art supplies. I mean, it's just really rough. It's really rough. And then
Yeah.
again with the hurricane, some people are just starting to get on their feet, and still they have to, worry about school supplies. And September morning is coming up really, really quickly. How do we help? That's the
Right.
question. Yeah.
And I just want to give a little context because you said that it's not much when we do the currency
Yeah.
exchange.
Yeah.
So 30,000 Jamaican dollars is the equivalent of about 210 US dollars.
Okay.
But let's be clear, we're talking about people who are living in a country where minimum wage is the equivalent of US $2.70.
Stop it.
So let's be
Stop.
very clear. 210 US dollars might not sound like much in a country where minimum wage is $15 an hour and up, but we're talking where minimum wage is $2.70 in 2026. Minimum wage
Are you
is around
serious?
four, it's around 425 Jamaican dollars or 17,000 Jamaican dollars per
A week.
40-hour
You're
work
right. You're right.
so
17,000.
that's about $425 an hour minimum wage. So let's be very clear, that's a lot.
It is a lot of
Making
money.
that so figure coming up with 30,000 Jamaican dollars when you're making $425 an hour.
Yeah.
So just want to give real context there, because I think sometimes so often things get lost in translation, right? So
Well,
just
thank you for that
giving
because
real,
honestly,
yeah.
I didn't even factor in the
Mhm.
amount of money that Jamaicans get paid
Exactly.
bi-weekly or weekly. It's sad.
Exactly. And
It's sad.
so yeah, 210 doesn't sound like a whole lot, but it's a lot when you're not even earning that much
Yeah.
per
And it's
per
a lot
week.
when you have to do it two and three times. So I
Yeah.
know a lot of parents, they have like they do a partner. And I don't know if everybody know what partner is, but we put some money, we have a group of people, and you put some
Mm.
in the pot, and monthly you'll get a drop.
Mhm.
And I know a lot of people that's how they are able to send their children back to school.
I can't remember what they call it here, but yes, there are the same thing. A lot of communities have that here as well. And for more context, 30,000 Jamaican dollars when you're making 17,000 Jamaican dollars a week, which equals about 107 US dollars. So we're talking 2 weeks' wages
Mm.
just to be able to pay that $30,000, and on top of that 30,000 you still got rent, you still have to eat every day, you
Yeah.
still have to pay for that transportation, you still have to pay school fees, you still have to pay for the books, you still have to, if you have to go to the doctor, if you need medicine, if you, just all of the things that everyday life entails, you still have to pay your electric bill. JPS is not playing with people.
APS is
You
not
still have to
playing.
pay National Water Commission. They are not playing with people. So I mean, there are, and you have to make sure that you either have data on your phone or you have Wi-Fi in your house,
That's
which
right.
Wi-Fi can run you about 8,000 Jamaican dollars a month.
Yeah.
And so I mean, there are a lot of things. So we want to be able to help defray the cost of that school part, because we are firm advocates for education, and we believe that children should have the opportunity to get an education.
Yes.
So
Definitely.
that's one of the reasons why we're here. Yes.
Oh yes. Oh yes. And speaking of school and education, we have Darwood St. Aubin in the foreground. And
We do.
I've known Darwood for about 30 plus years. And I tell you, Darwood saw me going to the schools. Matter of fact, we have done it in Jamaica where we've gone and done tours out of pocket, out of
Mhm.
pocket, out of love, out of necessity. And we bring the culture, we pray with them, we chant with them, we teach them how to drum, and we teach them some of the things that are missing out of the school system right now. The civics, who knows more about Marcus Garvey than Darwin right now? And
Mm.
unfortunately, we're not taught civics like we were when I was small. So Marcus Garvey was still in your face, but it was when I came to America that I started to do my own research, and I realized that Marcus Garvey was so phenomenal and so necessary in the movement of us as a people worldwide,
Mhm.
from the Caribbean to the States to
Yes.
Africa. Marcus Garvey influenced a world of people. So, again, his birthday is coming up next week. So we always want to put in there, and pay some respect to Marcus Garvey for what he has done. He was big also on education and reading,
Yeah.
and he was a great poet as well.
And so you're saying Marcus Garvey was a Leo. I'm just
Yes, he was,
I'm just
girl.
I'm just putting it out there. I'm just, you know.
And Marcus Garvey didn't take no yeah, man. He stood
Exactly.
when he stood on business.
Exactly.
He stood on business.
Yes.
He
Yes.
for me, I was like, how this man go talk all in front of the Ku Klux Klan? Him not have no fear.
Mhm.
Even
Mhm.
when he was shot, he was like, I'm not toting no gun because I'm not gonna go there.
Mhm.
Marcus. Oh, yeah. So we can invite Darwin up, and so he can just
I
tell us
would
a little
love
bit
to.
about the work that he's doing,
Absolutely.
as well as
So let
just
me go ahead. I'm going to read his bio. It's
okay.
short and sweet and to the point. Um, Dawit St. Aubin, Jamaica praise poet, psalmist of reggae, performing from 1994 till now, always ready to represent for our people. That's it. That's
Yes.
it. That's all. And that's a lot. There's so much built into that.
In
And
those
it's
four little
true.
sentences. Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. So if you see me smiling hard, that's because now it's here.
So are we ready to invite him to the stage?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Okay.
Greetings, Dawit. Can you hear him?
No, he's
You're coming
muted
in
at the
softly.
moment. At the moment, you're muted.
Let me check and see what is happening here.
There we
Yes.
go. We
Yeah.
I
can
hear
hear
you
you
now.
now.
You can hear me clearly.
Yes,
Yes.
that way. Yeah.
Yes, give thanks. How you doing?
We're doing good. Better know that you're up here. Grin me a grin.
Yes, I'm feeling good,
Yes.
feeling great. I mean, especially to be a part of this greatness. So it is all smile.
True, true, true.
Blessings,
Yes.
blessings. So we're going to go ahead and get off the stage and open it up to you. Jamaica, did you want to ask any questions to lead us into this segment? Or because I know you know Dawit personally. We've
Yes,
shared space before, but you know him personally.
yes. Matter of fact, many years ago, Dawit kind of encouraged me to write a poem called Black Boots, which was my signature
Mm.
poem for many years after that. It was we were at the Caribbean Festival, the Jamaican Day Parade, and the police were just obstructing the parade.
Mm.
I felt like they brought some things in, some violence that was unnecessary.
Mm.
And I remember going to Darwin and just feeling so angry. And he was like, you know what, Jamaica, write about it, write something about
Mm.
it. And that's what I did. And eventually we came up with Black Boots. And maybe I'll share it later on or sometime soon.
Okay.
Yeah. So Darwin, you ready?
Yes.
Give
Okay.
you ready?
Yes,
Give thanks.
basically. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. I mean, give thanks. Yes. Greetings. My name is Dawit Said Albin, and I am the Cognu Abuna, the apocalyptical psalmist of reggae. Yes, in honor of a great, honorable, beloved prophet Marcus Mosiah Garvey. He told us that God and nature first made us what we are. We then, out of our own creative genius, made ourselves what we want to be. But we should always follow that great law. Let God and the sky be your eternity and be your measurement. Let God and sky be your limit and eternity your measurement. That's the word of Marcus Garvey. God has made us what we want us to be, and we made ourselves what we want to be accordingly. But we must remember to follow that great law. Let God and the sky be your limit and eternity your measurement. These are words of the great honorable Marcus Garvey. What more could I say? We're my beloved sister, Jamaica. Yes. I want to do this one. Jamaica, we never get weary, never get weary. In the valley for a very long time. I never get weary. Rasta never get weary. You live a very long time. You never get weary. Except the Lord build the house. They labor in vain that build it. Except the Lord our God keep the city. Watchmen watch it, but in vain. It is vain for you to rise up early and to sit up late to eat the bread of sorrow. For so the Most High God giveth thy night beloved sleep. You know that children are heritage of the Lord, and the fruit of the womb is his reward. As arrows are in the hand of a mighty man, so are the children of thy youth. never get weary. Yeah. In the valley for a very long time, I never get weary. Yeah. Come on. Mm-hmm. I. Whoa, 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 whoa. Blessed is everyone that fear the true and living God, walketh in his ways. Thou shalt eat of the labor of thine hand. Happy shall thou be, and it shall go well with thee. My wife shall be like fruitful vines by the sides of our house, and our children like olive plants about thy night table. Behold, that this man shall be blessed for the most. He shall bless thee from Mount Zion. And we shall see the good of his creation all the days of our life. We shall see our children's children, and peace upon I and I. And I chant, they that trust in the Most High shall be like holy Mount Zion, which cannot be removed, but abideth forever. As the mountains are round about Ethiopia, so is the Most High God round about Thy's people, from henceforth even and forever. For the rod of the wicked shall not the rest of the lot of the righteous, as the righteous put forth their hands, and the iniquity. Do good, O Most High, unto them that are good, to those that are upright in their hearts. As for such as turn aside to their crooked ways, the Lord shall lead them forth the work of iniquity, but peace shall be upon I and I. Rastafari, never get weary, never get weary. In the valley for a very long time, and he never get weary. I should never get weary, never get weary. In the valley for a very long time, I never get weary. In the valley for a very long time, never get weary. In the valley for a very long time, I never get weary. Never get weary. Never get weary. We never get weary. Cause never get weary. Now it never get weary. Jamaica never get weary. Never get weary. Rastafari, as it is written.
Yes. What a
These
reminder
are
for us.
words of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I.
Listen.
He told us, we trusted in the Lord. He gave us victory. Our salvation is the Lord. Who here can fail to put their trust in the Most High? As not the Lord, who here can fail to put their trust in the Most High, who never fails those who put their faith in Him? As not the Lord, the mightier than the mighty, as once again revealed that under the kingdom of heaven, there is no one government of man is greater than another. Words of His Imperial Majesty. And he goes forth and says, the Lord, who is above all creation, although possessing the power to order all things according to his will, has nevertheless wished to establish the rule of law and subject it to all his creation. He who is worthy of praise among men is the man and woman, animated by the sentiments of justice and perseveres in the ways of truth and equity. Words of His Imperial Majesty, Selah. Give thanks. So we're gonna move to another chant. One of my favorites, chapter 129 says, many a times on the afflict I from youth. May Ethiopians now say, many a times of the afflict I from my youth. Yet they have not prevailed against thy lie. Flowers blood on our back, they may long their furrows. The Lord thy God is righteous. He cut asunder the cords of the wicked. Let them all be confounded and turn back. Hate and die. Let them be like grass on the housetop which wither before it grow up. Wherewith not the more feel at his hand, nor he that bind his sheep in his hand. Neither they which go by say, the blessing of the Lord God be upon you. I bless you all in the mighty name of the true and living God. See that? Everything gonna be alright now. Everything right now. Everything gonna be alright now. Watch out. For blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the ways of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law we meditate day and night. And I shall be like trees that ground by rivers of water, that bringeth forth fruits in due season. Our leaves also shall not wither, and whatsoever we do, we shall prosper. Them godly are not so, they are the chaff which the wind driveth away. Therefore, the ungodly shall not stand in his judgment, and sinners in congregation of the righteous. For the Most High God know the ways of the righteous, but the ways of the wicked shall perish. Selah. Whoa. Everything gonna be alright now. Must be alright. Everything gonna be alright now. Everything gonna be alright now. Yeah, this is Dawood Center. I've been live inside this operation. Give thanks, Sister Jamaica. Where are you? Where are you, sister? What's the name of the other sister again? What's her name?
Kimberly, redefining freedom.
Sister, yes, Sister Kimberly. Sorry about that, Sister Kimberly. Yes. Yes, so we had the vibration thus far.
That was beautiful. And that scripture, I was raised, I had to memorize scripture as a child. And that's one of the ones I memorized. And you took me right back to my childhood. I was rehearsing it right along with you. Oh, my spirit is
That's
full.
very great.
Thank
Great.
you. Blessings.
Very great.
So this is what Dawit and I and some of the other artists, poets, singers, musicians would do in the schools across Jamaica. And I have not been doing it for a while, but I know Dawit is still involved in the
Yes,
school tour.
yes.
Can you tell us a little
Yes.
bit about that, your school tours?
Yes. We I actually just complete about 30 schools, from the infant to the tertiary. And one of my greatest times is with these kids. They love what we're doing. They need what we're doing. They want what we're doing. They want more of what we're doing. So we now got to find ourselves in that necessary position to apply ourselves accordingly. It's not easy, but we have to try our best because these children are the future. And if we don't set this thing properly and hand over this baton unto them, we will be held accountable.
Mhm.
We can't have all these mess in front of us and we do nothing to clear it and leave all these mess to the children. It will be useless. So we got a lot of work to do here for ourselves, our family, our friends, our community, our nation, our
Mhm.
country, our people, globally, because our work in the name of God is non-partial. It's all love, it's all understanding, it's all clarity, it's all justice, it's all truth, it's all healing, it's all
Mhm.
blessing for the nations of the world. Thank you. Yes, I just say about the schools, you know what I mean? So yes, give it up for our brother Malachi Smith
Yes.
over in somewhere in Florida, Miami area. He's the brainchild of the Jamaica All Island Nomadic School Tour. He's the one that created this energy for the last about 7 years or so. We skip it about 2 years, maybe in COVID time. But we get back on the track, and it always a group of poets. Sister Jamaica, when she's here, sometimes she come in. We have Anthony Valier, Charlie Bubbles, Wise Word, Scripture, you know, lots of poets, and the children love us. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
we have a great time. We want to do more because you see, one of the things they are saying that we need to get some curriculum about Marcus Garvey in the schools, you know, which would be great. But at this time, all schools in Jamaica know who Marcus Garvey is. They all know
Mhm.
that he's the first national hero of Jamaica, but they're not
Mhm.
getting any information on him accordingly, and we cannot blame anyone. We who see necessary that this must be inside the school have to find ourselves in that position to go and administer accordingly. Do you understand? The next thing I say
Mhm.
about Marcus that I look into and say, wow, the way how we Jamaicans supposed to love and honor and respect the right honorable Marcus Garvey, I think we should be seeing more, foundation, cornerstone here in Jamaica, island wide, bearing Marcus Garvey name. In terms of guest houses that is in Marcus Garvey name, security details for our people,
Mhm.
transportation details, hardwares, wholesales, and these sociable, economical
Yeah.
base to be established in Marcus Garvey name in our parish in Jamaica.
That's right.
We
I
have a Marcus
completely
Garvey.
agree.
We
Yes.
have to have a Marcus Garvey printry
Yes.
that is
Mm.
fully operated by the people and getting this information across. Now, let's look
Mhm.
at this. Let's imagine, per se, if we could have 3, 4, 5, 6 posters, a busload of people that have the interest about Marcos visiting any of these institutions, school institutions in Jamaica. Just seeing that appearance with these dignity and the path of Marcos operating for our people will be awesomely respected and loved just by our parents and then what we offer. And a minister would be, the ice and the cake. But they see us in a unified, collective, sustainable, equitable manner. Don't have to force anything on these people, but our work tell us. So we have a lot of work to do. And I'm
Mhm.
interested to help to find. I'm working a bit of find myself in that necessary position so I could do that. But the talking will take us nowhere. I'm big enough to know that the talking will take us nowhere.
Okay. His internet was going in and out, so now we've lost. Hopefully, he will be able to join back into. But I love that idea of having so many places in Jamaica that represent Marcus Garvey. So part of the problem, and it's not just in Jamaica, it's uh, our people love a hero, but we don't know the hero as a person.
Right.
So we love a hero as a hero on a
Right.
pedestal,
Right.
far removed from everyday human beings. And that's why we get so devastated when we hear about them doing everyday human stuff,
Right.
because we love a hero that's like superhuman type of, but we need spaces that honor the humanity of these people that have done heroic things
Right.
so that the children can know that you can do heroic things too because they were a human just like you.
Exactly.
I
You
yeah.
know, Jamaica has done us as a people a real disservice, honestly, because like I said, I learned about Marcus Garvey in civics, but when I came to the States and I literally started doing my research, I read Malcolm X, and after I read Malcolm X, I was like, I need to know more because Malcolm X
Mm.
was a Garveyite. His father was a Garveyite. And I
Mhm.
was like,
Mhm.
what? So that's when I really started to read and research. And, I read the philosophies and opinions of Marcus Garvey and just blew me out of the water, you
Mhm.
know? And unfortunately, like I said, we're not really taught it in the schools. And I wonder if we had implemented some of Marcus Garvey's teachings, how
Mm.
Jamaica would be. You know,
Mm.
we're gonna call Darwood back to the stage, but before we do that, we have Keandra Nelson. She's been waiting for a while. She's very, very nervous. She has a poem for us. Let me see what
Yes, one of
it's
our
called.
babies.
Yes,
Yes.
it's called Mother's Back to School Blues or something like that, right, Safran? So we're gonna invite her mom up first. Hi, Safran.
Hi, good evening.
Good
Good
evening.
evening.
How are you?
I'm not doing too bad.
Okay, good. So
Good.
this is one of the mothers that was very much affected by the hurricane that we're trying to get some help for her to be able to get her children into back into school.
So the name of the poem that my daughter is gonna do is My Mother's Back to School Strength.
Lovely. And what's her name,
Beautiful.
please? Can you introduce her?
So she's Kendra Nelson.
Hi,
Hi.
Kendra.
Hi, Keandra.
Hi. She's a bit nervous.
It's all right. We're
It's
nervous.
okay.
So, Kendra, how old are you?
I'm 11 years old.
Okay, what grade are you in?
Beautiful.
I'm in grade 5.
Grade five?
Currently, I'm in grade 6.
Huh? Oh, you're going to grade six. Now, what high school would you
Beautiful.
like to go to after this?
St. Mary's I.
St. Mary's Eye? Okay, good school, good school. So are you a good student?
Yeah, I'm sure of that.
Good. And you like to learn?
Yes,
Good.
Good, good. Well, we're looking forward to hearing your poem. Did you write it, or are you just going to recite it for your mom?
I wrote it.
Okay, all right.
Beautiful. Okay.
Me and my
Okay,
mom.
so we're gonna come off the stage so you can present. Is that okay, or do you want us here with you?
No, that's okay.
Okay, good. All right. So, everyone, this is Keandra Nelson. Why am I keep? What the heck, Kim? Remove me! I don't know. I don't know.
My mother's back to school strength. Another school term is drawing near, and my mother faces it with hope, not fear. Uniforms to buy, books to find, 100 worries filled her mind. The price raises and money is small, yet my mother stands through it all. She counts every dollar, plans every day, and somehow find strength along the way. In Jamaica sunshine, through rain and heat, she works and sacrifices so her children can eat. She may feel tired, she may feel alone, but she keeps building futures on their own. A new pair of shoes, a bag for school, a simple lunch, and the right supplies too. Each little thing that she manages to give is is quite a reminder of how we live. She may not have everything we need, but love is the seed that helps us to succeed. And through this struggle may sometimes be long, her courage keeps telling her you are strong. So here's to the mother who gives their all, who risen again, and whenever they fall, may help to find their home, may blessings come through, and may brighter days come shining anew. For every Jamaican mother trying her best, may she find peace, support, and rest. And may her children one day see, Mama, you sacrificed, help make me. Thank you.
Wow, Keandra, you made me want to cry. Like I felt it. I felt your mother's woe, but I also felt your mother's strength. And mom, thank you so much for teaching her and supporting her, and not being afraid to show her that, look, this is me. I gotta count the pennies. I gotta count the dollars. But still, you're going to school September morning. I am proud of you, and I'm proud of Keandra, and I hope that we can have
Ah,
the program another time. To do some poetry. What do you think,
Yeah.
Kim?
I agree. That was so beautiful. And
Mhm.
it moves me that that's how you see your mother, Keandra. That's
Yeah.
that's just beautiful. And thank you for being willing to write a poem that shows your mother as that person, cuz mommies don't get that kind of encouragement often enough. Mommies go through a lot and we don't often hear that you all see that it's good work and all. So I thank you as a mother myself. Thank you for writing that poem for your mom. And mom, thank you for being so strong. I don't know
Yeah.
if
Thank
you
you.
even knew you were that strong, but thank you for being so strong.
I
You're
tell you, when
welcome.
she said some things that made me tear up because I know those struggles. When she was saying her mother's doing it alone. It's
Mhm.
unfortunate, but we just have to do it. And once it needs to be done, a good mother, a strong mother, is gonna say, "I'm gonna get it done." You know,
Mhm.
Set such an
Mhm.
example for Keandra and
Yeah.
others to follow.
Yeah. Yeah, and to
Yeah.
call it back to school strength. I mean, it's clear that education is an important and essential part of the makeup of the family. And that's so beautiful for her to know that and to grow up in a household where that's so present. That excited me. I really love that piece.
Thank you so much, Stefan.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes.
Earlier we were talking about school fees, and because I have not had a child in school for a
Mm-hmm.
time, I was kind of guesstimating. But can you give us a little rundown of how much it takes to get Keandra and what's your other daughter's name,
Kavoya.
Kavoya, to school? Can you just share with the audience?
Well, for them to go to school each week, it costs me like $12,000 for both of them. And that does
Okay.
not include school fee because there's a system out here. You can put them on the PATH program. So once they're on the PATH program, they do not pay full school fee. And the public schools, majority of the times, they just ask for a contribution. Because the
Mhm.
government, they would say that education is free. Well, it's not totally free, but you do pay some money at the beginning, like
Mhm.
$11,000 or $15,000 for contribution. Yeah, but with other schools, there are other schools that are still government school that you do have to pay school fees.
Mhm.
Hmm. So
Conditions
what
apply.
about like with uniform, like a rundown, like uniforms, how many uniforms, what do uniforms cost? And of
Wow.
course, shoot.
So for my elder daughter, one uniform it's for $4,000, and
Mhm.
for the smaller one it's 3,500. So you have to get the material, or you can just pay the money and they find the material. You pay everything, like $4,000 per uniform.
Hmm. Yeah,
And
I'm just
that
here.
12,000 that you mentioned, is that 12,000 transportation cost, or you said $12,000 for the two of them?
So it's everything, like lunch money, taxi fare, and if they have like projects, because I have to give them extra money, because majority of the times they will have to purchase cartridge paper, go to
Mm.
the printery store to print stuff. So
Mhm.
that's included in their weekly budget.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So, I mean, everybody out there, if you're watching, you can hear that gets costly. That gets costly. We're talking 12,000 Jamaican dollars is around 75. It's somewhere between 75 and 80 US dollars a week. And that 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 winds up being a lot, and we're not even talking about mom's expenses. We're just
Right.
talking about the expenses to make
And
sure
the
that the
children.
children have what they need for school. We're not talking about the electric bill and the water bill and food for the house and those types of
and,
things. We're
and
just talking
rent.
about exactly. We're just talking about them having what they need to go to school every week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you see it firsthand, everyone. We're not making it up. I was actually
Hmm.
trying myself, but here we are, face to face with a mother who is in some
Hmm.
need. But like her daughter said, she gets it done. If she has to count the pennies, if she has to work overtime, she's getting it done.
Hmm.
So we definitely would love to be able to get some help for Safran and her girls to get back to school if you can.
Yes.
Okay, nothing is too small. Remember, we know everyone is going through a struggle, and we know it's back to school time all over the place. But if you have, anything that you can spare, it would really go the distance for her.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know if you want to stay with us, Safran. We have Darwin, and we also have Rainbow in the foreground. So I don't know if you want to stay and listen.
Okay,
You're welcome to.
sure.
And again, thank you, Kiandra. I can't wait to see what you
Yes.
up to
You're
be.
welcome.
Yes, man. You're awesome. Very talented.
Thank you.
Wow. These are our babies, Kim. Wow.
Yes. See
That's
that
very sweet.
uh that was so my heart is so full. I love to hear children. This is one of the things that we miss out on when we start taking the arts out of school and
Yes.
start making everything on computers and tablets and cell phones, and
Yes.
the children need to have that creative thinking and the ability to be creative and have some inspiration that comes from something other than a screen, a
Oh
blue
yeah.
screen, so I absolutely love the creativity in that baby. I
Yes.
do. That was beautiful.
When she says, "Mommy," oh my God, if that's the name of it. When I heard the name, I was like,
Yeah.
"Wow, whoa,
Yeah.
this back to school strength," because you don't have to have
Right.
strength. But
Yeah.
also there's a pun on the word strength because in
Mhm.
Jamaica, in the Rasta talk, strength is also your money.
Mhm.
You may not have too much strength.
Mhm.
Use it for that term. So yeah, I'm grateful. I'm grateful to hear it. And I know that
Yes.
we asked her and she delivered like right away.
Mhm. Mhm.
So yeah.
And
Um.
I also, I just want to say one more thing because in listening to the poem, and
Mhm.
I hear such a great amount of faith that this baby has in her mom and in the
Mm.
provision in her home because
Mhm.
she's acknowledging that yes, it's hard, but she's also saying, but it happens every time. Like there is no question in what she said that it's going to happen and
Yes.
they're going to be in school and they're going to have what they need, period. Full
Period.
stop. You know, and
Yes.
I mean mustard seed faith. I'm saying that's probably why the scripture says come as a child, right?
That's
Because
right.
at this big
The faith.
age,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, so yeah, I
Our
just
mom is in
really
the other
wanted
room crying, trying to figure it out. Daughter's like, I know I'm going to school. My uniforms are gonna be done. I'm gonna look good and clean.
you know, and I mean,
Mom's
and
got
it
it.
just is. And
Yeah.
it just is, so yeah, just really loving that she has that faith and that she has been raised in an environment that teaches her that that faith is valid there
Yes.
because it is going to happen because it
Yeah.
has happened. She don't know anything but it's going to happen. So, just
Yes.
just absolutely beautiful. And for anyone that's out there watching, please, if you are willing and able, you see the information scrolling at the bottom of the screen for our PayPal and our Cash App. Feel free to donate. Any amount helps, any amount is enough. And every penny that we raise goes directly into the hands of a person like Saffron, who is working to make sure that that family can have what they need and that they can rebuild after this hurricane that came through, and that school is a reality and that basic everyday needs can be met and that they can be safe and well taken care of. So any amount that you have helps, and we appreciate it, and I know they will too.
Oh yeah. I'm trying not to cry. I'm
Yeah,
trying not to hold back
yeah,
the tears. It's beautiful. Well, I'm glad to be a part of this, just
yes.
doing what I can to help others. So we have Rainbow in the foreground. I'm
Okay.
not I'm not sure if she's ready yet. Rainbow, are you ready? Uh-huh, she is.
I,
So we
I
got her to the stage.
sure.
Greetings, greetings, blessed love. We know say you're tired and you just a come from work.
Evening, good evening, good evening.
Evening.
Yes, I won't be performing a song this evening, so I do apologize.
That's fine.
Schedule just got ahead of me today, but I can share a poem.
Yes.
So,
Sure.
Can you tell us a little
firstly,
bit about yourself first?
well,
Who
no,
you
no, no,
are and
no, come through. I was going to say, firstly, greetings.
okay, greetings.
Thank you for having me. I sincerely apologize to both the hosts and the participants for my delay. It was no disrespect, it was beyond my control today. Okay, so that's as me just come to the door, me just log in and me I run around and put on a shirt and so all right. So I do have a little poem that I'd like to share. So firstly, I mean, Carol, what do you want me to tell them? They call me Rainbow. I'm an activist. I'm an activist for children, for the elderly, for what is right, for just the order. you know um I've worked with children. I do have a foundation, Rustamus, that it literally does the same thing you guys are doing. Prioritizing people's needs, persons that are unable to get
Mhm.
ahead. We assist where we can. I'll give those details out there, but this is growth universal, so I'm just participating. Okay, so I do have a poem. It's brief, but I hope it can hit home or hit where it needs to be. Okay, so can
Okay.
I proceed?
Please do. Yes.
Okay. So I am up in the air. I am below on the earth. Spirit and rebirth of children of the sun possess the element of fire, air, spirit, water, and are born of this earth. We have already won. All that is within their hands. The water from your cloud bring forth a multitude of fruits, for they have endured the 11 steps to heaven. The source of the sun, where there is no beginning to no end. Every tear shedded was heard and felt throughout the realms. The call has been answered. Fear not, rest your weary heart, for you are the one. Yes, the one who is created to bring forth the balance of this world and this realm. Go forth, shine, blind and heal. Your army has been dispatched. The arch generals have been placed before thee, beside thee, above thee, within thee. The path is clear for you. The promise has been fulfilled. Make them regret. That's all I have for you this evening.
Ashe. That's she said that like that was something small or insignificant. I mean, that was beautiful.
Thank
You've
you.
dispatched all kinds of protection and angelic presence and divinity, and thank you. Thank you. It doesn't take much, right?
No, it doesn't, not at all. And
Yeah.
I'm just a
Yeah.
vessel. I'm just a channel. I'm just here doing the part. But I love what you guys are doing. It's been wonderful from what I've heard and seen so far. And I'm just very grateful to be here.
Oh,
Thank
grateful
you.
for you being here as well. And again, like you said, you're doing some of the same work that we're doing with the children. I know that Rastamas, you do usually a Christmas thing where you give out books and book bags and so on for the children. Are you still going to be able to do that this year, or is it a thing that you only do when you're in Jamaica?
No, I'm aiming to do it for this year, definitely.
Mhm. Okay. And where do you usually do it?
Well, the last time we did the Rustimus was in Trenchtown, Culture Yard.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a really, really good turnout. And the thing about it is the people them are telling man, them say, hey my girl, oh you just have come give the people them just some good clothes and thing. What you really are do? To the point
Okay.
where them ask me if charge them. Them said, no,
No.
man, you can't do that, man. There's some full suit and pants and sneakers, everything I get the people them. But what it was, when I was at UE, my mum, because she, financially it's always been kind of a struggle. Okay, everyone's fighting to get through. So what my mum used to do for me, she would send down a barrel of clothes so I could sell them, so I could buy my books to study. You understand? So I would sell what I could, buy my local books, then I can get my local bus go town and so and still get to class, right? But then after I finished, I had like 4 barrels full of clothes.
Yeah.
Clothes, my grandmother clothes, young girl pants, hot suit, and them something there, and 2-piece, and I had a lot of clothes for men. So my thing is homelessness. I don't like to see men homeless and naked. Even if I give them a pants and a shoes and a shirt, me just somebody's done something,
Yeah.
So Trenchtown was the last time we held it, and it was a very good turnout. What we aim to do is to replace the Christmas celebration. And what Rustamus is a 40-day celebration of you giving what you don't need. So when it comes to the end of the year, what do you have that you haven't worn all year? You got shoes, you got pants, you got clothes, maybe even items in the house that you're not utilizing, just a bomb place and you're just hoarding things. There's other people that are in need. So the initial concept of Rustamus was to give for 40 days. Okay, and in giving it just kind of expanded to cook out, cook food for the people them they want to bounce about, and then it turned into right, we are gonna give back to school, pack for go with it because it was around about the same time. So it kind of advanced from then. But the main concept of Rustamus is that Rastafari liberty is a must. And this is what we promote, is that the liberty of Rastafari, not the concept what certain people feel and what certain people are practice. We're talking about the neutral concept of Rastafari liberty, which we love all.
Right.
As long as you're under order, we look after you and we love you.
Yes.
If you're not part of the order, you are excluded respectfully. Simple. You understand? So that's all it's really about. But again, it's very much in line with what you guys are doing.
Love it. Love it. So,
Hmm.
do you, one last question. Is it the Rasta Creed where the hungry must be fed that is your standard, or is it just like something that you feel from the heart? It's just a heartical vibe and
Well, you don't answer the question already, because if Rastafari liberty is a must, then it's just natural that is part of the liberty. You see, for me, when can I expound slightly?
yes, please.
Absolutely.
For me, when I first came into Rastafari, I went through the full transition. So, naturally, it just got naturally. Like, see, here is just part of the transition, right?
Mhm.
And, I went through the trod and I'm still on the trod. But I would say my trod has somehow graduated in that,
Mm,
in going through, and I would say living as a Rasta in Jamaica is relative to the experience. Okay,
Mm. Mhm.
and it's relative to the experience because that's where Rastafari has been built. It was created there.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I went to Jamaica in seek of this
mm,
Rastafari community that unfortunately just didn't exist. Do you
Mm.
understand?
mhm,
Scattered all around. Yes, you can find
Mhm.
some real Ponganati, some Bushman, some real, Empress, some, real Mama that will show you the way, but they are
Yeah,
very far and few between.
true.
mhm,
And for someone that's foreign born, that was disappointing for me because I went to Jamaica hoping that there was going to be this whole infrastructure for
mm,
Rastafari, where we would be in the system and there were agencies you could go to, but we didn't have any of that. And the closest thing we have
okay,
to that was obviously the Maroons. So
mm,
I began to, going more into the teachings of Selassie I, Garvey, to realize that it was a liberty. It wasn't a clan to be a part of. It wasn't a style that we present ourselves in. It wasn't a ritual, even though there's rituals part of it. But it was actually a liberty. How do you think? How do you reason? What is the
mm.
heart? What is the intent for yourself? So for me, that's Rastafari liberty. You
Ah,
understand?
good points. Yes.
Yeah, and again, with Rustamus was because when I was in Jamaica, the Rasta people were the purists. No disrespect to the average Jamaican, right? But the
Mhm,
Rasta people were the purists, and they were the ones that were frowned upon and literally scorned in society. But yet, so they were the one that would cook and share from their pot. They were the one that would
mhm,
share their shelter. They would share their space. And the other, I'm not going to say the other conventional religions or circles or cliques, they wasn't into that. So for
mhm,
me, Rustamus was about looking after everybody, even though really and truly it's the Rastafari community where I really prioritize still,
Yeah.
But everybody can fall into it if you're in the order.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, Jamaica.
Great works. Great works,
yes,
Rainbow. Great,
yes,
great works.
and
Just
great insights.
yeah.
Great insights. I appreciate that you had the insight and have the insight that you do about the human condition and what is needed, and it's it's not so much a a judgment or calling out of any other faith traditions or anything like that. It's literally a calling in of this is what humanity needs to represent, and this is what we're going to do. And I absolutely love that.
Yes.
Indeed, indeed.
Yes. Indeed. Um, well, we're coming to the end of the program, so we do want to ask everyone to come back in. I see Dawit's been waiting patiently with his drum. Yeah, and his spliff. That's all right. So just asking for one more piece or any more so that we can take away with us. So, Rasta,
Rastafari. Yeah, give thanks, the mission continue. As the
listen.
sister would say, what I mean, you're in Jamaica, speaking as a Rastafari, as a recording artist. You know what I mean? It is written that the singers and players of instruments shall be there. And I found out that, you know, being there, what we're supposed to do is what we earn from our musical career. We must use and invest to our development of our communities, our families, and our country, and our culture, and our music. See, in Jamaica, the Rastafari community does not have an international line. The Rastafari community does not have an international HQ. The Rastafari community does not have an international payroll. We have to put these things in place. We got to be more proactive so we can be more responsible than we are. It's not too late. I personally, as a psalmist of reggae, find myself with this great blessing. I'm preparing myself to take this thing to another level, musically, biblically speaking, in terms of we're looking forward futuristically where I will be performing a special hour of Psalms. I want to impact this hour with at least 50 chapters of Psalm. No, anyone be a witness of that. I've never seen that done musically before. No poet, no singers, no DJs have done that before. We possess that now. We want to use that as a source to earn. And what we earn, we want to use it towards investment ASAP on the ground here in Jamaica for the people and the movements. So all those who's listening and watching at this time may not know David St. Alvin, but please check in and let's get this thing going. No one can pay me to perform 50 chapters. So no one. I have no price on it. But we want to get this work done. It will be awesome. I'm telling you people. I prepare myself for 3 decades, 30 years. I'm doing this. And I reach the stage where I'm ready to take this to another level. Tell London to get the London Philharmonic Orchestra ready for the psalmist.
That's right. That's right. So can you give us a little, just a little piece, maybe a little bingy? I don't know if you have your drum with you, just something to take out. And we're just gonna ask everyone just to add something before we go, because the time is almost, we're almost out of time.
Yeah. Yes. So the psalmist is ready to do this for the people. You know, it is our ancestors that inspired me, came to me in the vision and taught me the 113th Psalm and hand over the scroll to me to use as a source to invest ASAP. Yes, so this blessing that was handed over to me through the vision by the ancient. When I see where this angel came and taught me the 113th Psalm, it turns me on. It made me into this person I am today. And I want to humbly and peacefully and respectfully and lovingly do this on behalf of our people. To know I did not learn this in any church. I did not learn this in any school. It is naturally bestowed upon I. And I'm here in Jamaica active, trying to build my reputation, build my foundation, build myself so I could be in that necessary position to do accordingly, because I want to do more. I have to do more. I must do more for our people. That is the reason why we see we have to invest in more gas stations island-wide. We have to have these things in every parish in Jamaica. We can do it. Send me on tour for a few months. Let me earn some of those money that is out there. I'll bring it back here, and every cent will be spending toward development ASAP. We need these infrastructures so we can assist the children, assist the women, assist the young, brothers that need these assistance, that the church will not give them, the political arena will not give them, and that no ordinary people will give them this. So we who see ourselves in this light or this love or this understanding or this position, we got to do more. Thanks for everyone. You're doing great thus far. I love it. I appreciate it. But as the emperor teaches us, all that we have seen done, more can be done. All that we have seen done. So if you say 1,000 cities built, 1,000 business place built, more can be done. And thus far, we don't have these things in place to assist ourselves without taking any assistance from any political arena or anyone that does not mean any good. We can help ourselves. You know, as the emperor was speaking on the 17th day of February 1967 at the Council of the Foreign Relations in New York, he told them, he reminded them and says, it is a truism that self-help, hard work, and initiatives, these are the requisites for any nation, economical and social development. Self-help, hard work, and initiative. Get into ourselves. Keep our mind vividly alive so we can create new ideas and start trends. You know what I mean? So congratulations to you beautiful sisters. You're doing great. I pray that this would be something to be here for the future. Grow and get big accordingly. To assist. I know it's all about the assistance of our beloved people. We love our people, want to do more. I bless your sister Jamaica. I bless your sister Kim. Bless this great lady. I bless sister Rainbow. Bless the young poet there. Bless everyone looking. Bless everyone is listening. Bless everyone who have interest. Bless everyone who want to be a part. Let us come together. We can do this. It's not too late. The psalmist will lead out. The psalmist will lead out. I'm ready. Thank you. Yes.
So you know, I do one little piece of bingy.
Yeah.
One little thing, one little something we're gonna meditate on tonight. And as he was saying, you know, from the time I was young, I realized that Rastafari need a school. Now I know that a lot of Rastas would homeschool their children and so on, but I always thought that we need a school because what we are learning is totally different from what is being taught in the school system. All right, so here's Darwit again. A little bingy.
He never fail, Jah never fail, yeah. Jah never fail, yeah. Anywhere I go, I want the world to know. Jah never fail, yeah. Jah give us peace and love to hold our head above. Jah never fail, yeah. Anywhere I go, I want the world to know that Jah never fail, yeah. He give us peace and love to hold our head above. Jah never fail, yeah. Anywhere I go, I want the world to know that Jah never fail,
yeah.
Rastafari.
In the bosom of the money, conquer my soul. In the bosom of the moon. Oh, rock my soul. The hill so high, can't get over. your soul can't get over
Get
you.
over it.
Ah, now it gone out, but we have to
What
just
happened to
give
the
that.
signal?
Eh?
What happened to the signal?
Yeah, the signal at Jamaica, you don't
Mm.
know. Don't
Oh,
know. So
Mhm.
we just wanna finish up. Saffron, you have anything that you wanna say?
Sure. I want to say thank you for having me and Kendra. And the show was very informative. I was listening to Kim as she spoke about Marcus Garvey, and she was saying that we as a people we can also do heroic things, where they were just human beings as we are. And I truly believe that we can do heroic things. It doesn't have to be big things, just the small things we do daily to help others, just to show that we can help to save Jamaica. We may not be able to save the world, but we can save our country. May not be just Jamaica, but other countries. Do the
yeah.
small things that stands out, just to continue to carry on heritage, to show love, to show peace, to show, that kind of love that you want to spread among each other. And that is also consider doing heroic things. And
Mhm.
I listen to do it. I enjoy him beating the drum because it's something that I like from my childhood days.
Yeah.
Beating the drum. I always want to learn to beat the drum. I can beat it a little, but not a lot.
Well,
Either.
Dalwit is here, and they do school tours and stuff. Which at the school tour they'll teach a little drumming and some chants and stuff. So we're here.
Yeah.
When we come forward, we can sit down and play some bingy and do some other things. One of the
I
things that
remember when I was going to school, um, we used to do cultural dances like Dinky Mini, um, Brookings, Kumina, all those dances, but
Mm.
I don't know, they still have them in the schools, but it's not as before,
Mhm.
because even the school that my youngest daughter attends, it would be a part of their school thing. They even go overseas and dance, but they don't seem to be doing that anymore. So it would be nice if they could bring back that culture, make it alive again, because those are the things that we looked forward to.
Mm.
yes. So maybe this is a beginning. Maybe we can
Mhm.
pull some of these things because that's what we used to do. We'd call a school, go into the
Hmm.
school, and we present, and then we move on to the next school.
Mm-hmm.
That was
Yeah,
a part of what we did with for you.
I remember.
Yeah, you were a part of it too. You went to some schools with us, so we went to over
Yeah.
400 schools in the span,
Wow.
the 18 years.
Mm.
And a lot of this, most of it was done out of pocket, out of necessity. So I think that maybe we can start a program at the school. If you suggest it, then
Mhm.
we can put together like a curriculum
Mhm.
and see how
And
we can make it work.
yeah, and Rainbow, your poem may not be long, but it was strong.
Oh, wow. Thank
It's
you for
not
sharing.
long, but yeah, I did understand what it was saying.
Yeah.
Okay, my
Yeah.
darling. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So again, we just want to say thank you for everyone who has joined, all the poets and the performers who, spent the time with us, the hour and a half with us. And I hope that, it reaches where it needs to go and that
Mhm.
we affected some change today.
Yeah.
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 Yes, indeed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And just everything that you were saying, Saffron, I love that you were saying those things about what was important to you when you were young in school and all, because I really want us all to remember everything that is now at one time was not, and it became because someone imagined it.
Yes.
Right.
And that's all that it takes. There is nothing that is now that has always been. Everything that is now happened because someone imagined it and they
Mhm.
decided to make it so.
True.
So if it's something that's missing, we need to go create it. If it's
Yes.
something that doesn't exist, we need to go create it. We
Yes.
are both creator and creation, and we
Mm-hmm.
have the ability to do that. So I love being in spaces like this. Y'all inspire me.
You
So,
inspire me
Rainbow,
to.
thank you. I was going to ask if you have any last words to leave with us, any morsels.
Well, I tell you what I've got to say. This is all I've got to say.
Okay.
Seek who you are, know where you're going and where you're coming from. Shine like a star all around the globe. We're coming from the sun. I know who I am, know where I stand. I will not beg you for what's mine, no. I'm gonna stick to divine time, yo. Endurance is the only way I know I flow. Cause when you know yourself, trust yourself, you can manifest this wealth. When you know yourself. You know, I feel beg for the assistance. And when you trust yourself, love yourself, we can manifest this wealth. When we know ourselves, we can stand firm against resistance. I mean that.
We had
Mm.
I admire that. So, I admire that, you know.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, well,
And please remember that we do this monthly, everyone. Again, this is our initiative to help some of the people who have been affected by Hurricane Melissa. Some people are still coming out of the rubble, like we are saying.
Still have
So,
purses staying on the tins. You
mhm,
still have students not gonna be able to go back to school.
Mhm.
They're still trying to refurbish schools over here. So it's really a hard task for some persons right now, especially single parents. You do have some persons they don't have anywhere to go
Mhm.
restructure a building, for security or for safety. They really don't know where to turn to and they don't have to just be doing they don't even do a 9 to 5 job. Because for me, I'm not currently working at this time. I do what I get to do. Sometimes I work on sites, and trust me, it's not easy. As a female, it's not easy. And now I know what it feels like for a man to be out there, so I'm not excluding the men. I
That's
know
right.
what it feels like for a man to be out there, a father to be out there, to be hunting it, to prepare food for his family or for his children,
Mm-hmm.
and has to be in the hard, in the sun or the rain. Because being
mhm.
on a site, it's not easy.
What kind of sites, Saffron? I'm sorry. What kind of
Well,
sites?
it's a site where they're making a house,
Work
and
construction.
selection.
Yeah.
it's close by. So sometimes I go there. I will take carry blocks, carry cement. Well, not like the big heavy bag cement, but in the
Mhm.
buckets,
Mhm.
concrete rather. If they're full in block pockets, like doing the casting, and so I will assist with that as well. So I kind of get a feel of what it feels like, and it's
Mhm.
not easy.
Mm-mm.
It's never easy for all of us, but
Yeah.
as Kim said, we can do heroic things. It doesn't have to be big, can be small. And every Louise Bunny, she would say every miko make a moko. So
Make a muckle.
you do what you can do to help
Yes.
others, right?
Can I just say something there? Because I mean, the princess, she's really expressing some, I think, probably global issues that people are experiencing, but more so for Jamaica. So watch here now.
Mhm.
You see the situation in Jamaica. The Jamaicans are native people, you know. You're not westernized people. So like me born in England, you know. I was indoctrinated in England. I had to search back for my root. You have your root. Your root is not to be working in no man's office. You're
Right.
supposed to be creating something naturally. And because we've moved away from that creation, everybody's looking for something outside of themselves. And that's what makes it more difficult. You understand? And I know it's frustrating when we're living in a time where we're used to certain comforts. We done got bad already. You understand? So we're used to certain things. And when certain things happen, when we're restricted now, it's almost like the pressure, it get more, like it pile up more. But watch here. There's a reason why that happened in Jamaica. The Jamaican people need to get back to their original way of surviving and living. Nobody should be relying on no government to build up nothing. We have to do it ourselves because we did it ourselves from the beginning. You understand? So it's not like it's the government come and give a Jamaica now. We build Jamaica already and give ourselves. So it's for us to do that again. But because the whole of we lazy and this westernized, the whole of we feel like we are carrying out, we want this and we want that. And when we don't have that now, we feel stressed. But really and truly, when you have shelter, you have more than 2 pants where you can put on. You can eat at least once a day. You're lucky if you can. If you have ball for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you're too brawling. And the thing about it is we're so accustomed to having so much that when we don't have what we're used to, we say we don't have it and it's hard. But the fact of the matter is, Jaja always provide. And when you look back, you can always say, say, I always get what I need. Not what I want, but what I need. I always have it. So sometimes ingratitude and patience is something, again, which is very westernized. They take the patience from me. You understand? We don't have no patience with nothing. If nothing doesn't manifest within 24 hours, we give up and we try something else. No, in our ancestors never move so. You understand? When them plant a seed, them stick with that.
True.
Them stick with it because them know the fruit must come.
True.
See? And if the fruit won't come when I and I ready, the fruit will come when I is ready to receive the fruit.
True.
Meantime, if you're not receiving the fruit, it means I have to do some work in an eye for trust the most eye. For know say if I and I really are dead for hungry, ever really dead for hungry yet? Check it. If you really ever dead for hungry yet, if you ever really, really go without, and the time when you did go without is because you didn't trust yourself. So that's all I want to say is that we as real Jamaican people have to get back in tune with the Jamaican-ness of the people and come out of this westernized, a custom of living. You understand? And putting pressure on our heads and this expectation that has nothing to do with us. Nothing at all. You understand? There was a time you can't eat one breadfruit, you roast one breadfruit. You're good.
You're good.
Not salty.
Dumpling and butter.
You still have persons out here. You still do have families out here who are living like that. Because even us at times, I try to show my kids that look, you don't have to have the fancy dinner, the fancy meals, because just sometimes we can make a one pot, like making pakasas, we would call it, with banana dumpling. If we can get breadfruit when it's in season and stuff like that, or we make a one pot. If we can afford to get saltfish, we put a piece of saltfish in there. Just some creative cooking, some seasoned rice. It doesn't have to be rice and chicken or those kind of meals that that kids would love.
Of course.
I teach my children to learn to appreciate what we have, what we can plant, what we can grow ourselves, because that's where I am coming from. That's the home that I grew up in. And another thing that I think is a big problem too is the schools. Is that they are banishing devotion from out of the schools. So if you're not keeping prayer in homes, devotion in homes, that can be one of the issues that is causing parents to fall into deep depression.
True.
because they're not inviting the creator into their lives and asking God to, provide for them. Because you wake up this morning and you eat the last Mars that you have, and you say, Father God, how me go manage tomorrow when them picnic get up, them are gonna say, Mommy,
Mhm.
first thing them gonna say, Mommy, I'm hungry. And you don't have it to give them, you don't know where it's coming from. But keeping a little devotion with them, it's not like you're
Yeah.
putting the burden on them, or you're trying to tell them, oh, look here, me not have it, No, they're gonna realize that you don't have it. And by the end of the day, sometimes by the middle of the day, somebody carries something to give you.
That's
Or
right.
you get a call, somebody say, oh,
Mhm.
come plot up me here for me now. I'm going to pay you
Mm-hmm.
$1 this, so. Or,
Mhm.
come help me kill some chicken. And
Ah.
it's like that. So
And that me I say, man.
Mhm.
a lot of persons that, and as what you say, they are looking for a life outside of their culture or what they have. They're
Yes.
not using up what they have, the resources what they have. We all know that sometimes jobs out here, it's not really easy and stuff, but you do what you can while you can.
Before we
Yeah,
go,
we like
Stefan,
excess.
No, my
We
before
sugar.
like
we go,
excess.
oh,
But
sorry,
enough is enough. We like
enough is enough.
excess. We like
Right,
to have extra, but enough is enough.
It is.
And there was a point in the scripture where the children of Israel, they got quail every morning, and it was just enough for that day.
Yeah.
They couldn't store it, they couldn't stash it, they couldn't hoard it. Nobody got more than what they needed, and it was enough for that day, and it was every day their daily bread. So everything that you said is absolutely true. We must get back to gratitude for what we have and a real sense of awareness for what we actually have instead of looking at what we don't have.
right.
Yeah, and God was
Just
God was actually showing them that He told them not to pick up more than what they
than
needed
Mhm.
for the night, and they did pick up more than
Mhm.
what they needed, and it spoiled. And that was just a
Exactly.
sign to show them that, look here, I'm giving you enough.
Mhm.
I want to interject because Stefan is also an entrepreneur. She's making some reefs. Can you talk about that really quickly? Because we do have to respect everybody's time. But really quickly, tell us about the work that you're doing with your art, your crafts.
Okay, so my business that I'm starting up, it's called Too Cute Floral and Recreation. Sorry about that because someone keeps calling, but I'm declining the call. I'm creating wreaths. I am trying to get them for funerals, home decors, like for seasonal wreaths, Christmas, and I'm trying to do
Mm.
some corsage and what do you call that thing that you throw at the wedding? That one,
For the
bouquet,
bouquet.
Oh, bouquet.
Yeah.
right? So, well, so far I only have three samples because, well, I had limited amount of resources that I purchased. So I do have three samples, but if I was at home, I'm not at home right now. I'm currently assisting someone taking care of their child. Um, so if I was at home, I would have showed you guys the samples that I have. And I'm also thinking about doing resins.
Okay.
Doing you know about resin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
To make like keychains, um, home decor as well. But my aim for that is to put like Bible verses on it, little Bible verses, little quotes. Something that you can keep to look back on, just a reminder to give you hope and stuff like that. So
So
that's
as you can
basically
see,
it right now.
So
sorry.
what is the name of the business again, and how can people get in touch with you if they want to order something?
So it's currently named Too Cute Crafty Designs because it was just craft that I was thinking about at first, but then I had an inspiration about the wreath and some a long time ago, and there's something that keep pushing me and telling me that I should try the read. So I am incorporating both of them together. So it's gonna be changed to Too Cute Floral and Crafty Designs Creation. So
Floral and what? Say it again.
Too Cute Floral and Crafty Designs Creation.
Okay.
I do have WhatsApp number and my page is too on TikTok. I am Too Cute Crafty Designs, and you can contact me at 7842476 on my WhatsApp.
Okay, so that's eight seven
Did you get
six 784 2476. Is that right?
Yes, that is it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. We know that the
Next time
time has.
when I join the show the next time, I will be able to show you guys some stuff
Okay.
Okay, and is that too cute with the number two, or is it the word TOO?
with the word TOO.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being a part of Poets After the Storm, our August school/Marcus Garvey edition. And again, I hope that everyone out there learned something or was touched by something that we said or did. And if you have anything, nothing is too small to give us a helping hand just to get Saffron and her children in a balance where she can help them get to school September morning.
I really appreciate it.
Ras Dawit, thank you again for being here and your spiritual aspect and your spiritual contribution to Poets After the Storm. Definitely needed.
Thanks for having me, and I look forward to do it again and again and again. All
And
the
again.
best and all the blessings of the Most High upon the the promotion, the mission, the family, and the team. Blessings.
Blessings. Rainbow, we love you. Thank you for coming on at such a short notice and doing such a wonderful job, just planting some positive seeds. Love what you do and
Hmm.
looking forward to doing some more work with you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, sisters, and for the brethren as well. Thank you for your vibration with the drum thing, you know?
Yes,
Thank
And,
you
ma'am.
for
and
having us.
sister
Ah,
Saffron, I wish you all the best, but just know you have the right attitude, man. Just have your faith. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah,
Hmm.
thank you.
All
yes.
right. Everybody big up themselves.
Leandra,
Bye.
more love. Wow, wow. That was amazing.
That was so good. And it always is. And I never know how much I need it until we are in the middle of it. This was so wonderful. And thank you to everybody who has joined us off and on. I've seen people pop in and out, but the video will be up posted on our YouTube channel. So people are welcome to join the YouTube channel, follow us because we do this every month. And we may wind up putting some other stuff up there too if you follow us. Just keep close, keep an eye on us. I've posted information in the comments for how you can order wreaths and other handcrafted work from Stefan.
Nice.
And I posted information for how you can get in touch with Rainbow and the work that she is doing, and just do the work. Dr. Katie Geneva Cannon used to say, do the work that your soul must have. And that's what I'm encouraging everybody to do. Do the work that your soul must have. That thing that is inside of you that just motivates you and moves you and causes you to move about in the world in a way that creates positive change. Do that work. Be that work. Be that authentic piece of yourself. The world is better off because of it, and so are you. So we appreciate all of you for
Amen.
joining Poets After the Storm. And good night. We're going to respect your time. Have a wonderful night. Don't forget to donate. Feel free to donate. Any amount is more than enough. We love you, and we'll see you next month.
real quickly too. For anyone who would like to be a part of the poetry, like to present poetry, you can link us at Poets After the Storm, and it's POETZ after the storm at gmail.com. Okay? Looking forward to seeing you all next month. Thank you, Kim.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jamaica. Good night, y'all.
Good night.